everybody. So, welcome back to the Queen's Panel. Today, I'm actually happy to review Love Marriage Huntsville for the very first time in this entire season. And we're almost done with the first part, which is fine,
Yep.
which is quite annoying because this episode was like a very great balance of
hmm
drama, arguments. Although we didn't even see much of business, but I like it. What's your overall take before we go into the episode?
Honestly, I really liked it. I was just like, this is my favorite episode of the season so far. Like,
Mhm.
this is the first time. I actually wasn't expecting that, I'll be honest. So I was literally in my bathroom just doing random things. And then I said, I'll play it in the background, right? And then I was like, wait, no, this is actually
This
good. Like, I need to, like,
Yeah,
I did not expect this at all. So, but yeah, they need to hopefully keep this energy going, please. I
Mhm.
liked it.
yeah, I
Well,
agree with
we are
that. I liked
sure
it as well.
we're not going to have them keep this energy because the next part of the season is going to be Tiffany, Kiki, Tisha, Kiki, Wanda, Kiki. Oh gosh,
Oh,
I can already
yeah.
imagine it. And I'm
Yeah,
exhausted.
if they bring Wanda back, like you already know it's just gonna be a whole mess.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They are going to bring her back because they are going to have to launch her restaurant or whatever. What's she opening again? I keep forgetting.
Food truck, I think.
the
Food truck.
the food truck that can't even pass the health inspection.
Mm-mm.
No, no, keep that roach infested baked potato over there. We do not want it. We do not want your bat baked potatoes. Okay.
Mm-mm. Keep it.
But now let's get into the episode. So the episode started off from the whole drama. One thing, I am tired. They know that this comeback group, I don't think comeback group has done anything since the onset of the show. Hey, hi, Mary. Like, I do not think
Hey,
they've done
Mary
like
Kelly.
anything. They've just been in existence, probably fighting. I'm like, oh, but the comeback crew, but the comeback. And I think that's the only place where I really agree with them, Marsau and Tisha, because I'm like, maybe because you guys keep calling it the comeback crew, it's just caused.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, yeah, like you could tell. Okay, this is a comeback initiative. We all see that. And I really feel like still they want Mel to be the lead. Like that's the whole thing. Even though you guys come out and you're trying to pretend like this is, you guys' idea, no, you've taken this from the comeback group and you guys are still trying to push on what Mel is going to do. Is Mel going to be involved? Is Mel going to be there? What is like no. But
They
then just
even
like
said they wanted Mel to be there.
right. And Maurice was like, if Mel's not there, then he wasn't coming. That shocked me. I was like, ooh, what?
I think he's just doing that for the wow factor. You know, at the
Very
last
well.
reunion, I think Mel was saying that you don't support me. I don't know if you guys remember. And I
Hmm.
feel like he's just trying to finally be like, oh, I support Mel because he knows it is fashionable on this show to support Mel because if you do, the Melometers will like you. Okay.
Hmm.
So he's been recognized as the most irrelevant person on the cast, and so I think now he's just trying to get the support of Melometers. The one thing about Reese is he's not stupid. And I feel like that's what he's playing at. Because where was that energy last week? Or
Right.
last, you know, or the last time they all sat down, right? It's just nonsense. But I really liked how first things first, how Kimmi said to Maso that he's the problem,
I
basically.
mean, he
Hmm.
wrote a letter to be the president.
Yeah. And she's like, you're the problem. And it's funny that Maso didn't really take offense to that, if you notice. That means he
No.
agrees. Because even when he was relating that back, Hyla Dunn, even when he was relating
Caroline.
that back, it literally just came across as him saying he accepts that he's the problem, but he was like, oh,
Right.
he felt like Maurice and Melody were the issue. I'm like, oh, so nothing about Kimmi who basically told you to your face that you're the problem? Interesting. Hmm.
And the fact is that they
Right.
went
There was
to the
no pushback for that.
confessionals and they were saying a whole different thing. oh, we want Mel to come. They want to use Mel's likeness because they know that Mel and Kimmi, they favor like all these motivational speakers and all those kind of things, and they cannot speak. I think that's the reason
Mhm.
why they are really trying to manipulate both Melody, Kimmi to come, because they know that within both of them, who is going to speak?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
But for
because
Tisha to
who?
just cut it down was like, you don't know, like you're really chopping off your business right now because
Mhm.
you need these people. If you
Yeah.
need a speaker and you have two people who actually do public speaking, why would you stop them or say no, we're not going to do that? You have to at least try to adjust to their schedule. And also, if you were going to do this, why not talk to them first before making a date so that the schedules would be right and you wouldn't have to worry about if anyone was not going to be able to make it.
They're going to have to
Mm-hmm.
use Martell as a speaker,
That
and
made no
Martell cannot
sense.
speak. So good luck to that. Good luck to
Right.
them.
One thing is, I loved it when Mel called her a baby bulldog. I hollered.
She couldn't even say anything. She could not come back from that
She
because it
could
was the
not.
truth. It really was the truth.
That was hilarious. She said, you came in like a baby bulldog. Oh, Mel, I love
Like
her.
All
not even
I
a
barking,
love
no
her.
baby
bite.
bulldog.
Look, all
Right.
barking, no bite.
None.
What you
But
come in
Tisha was
like
sitting
that
there.
for and you ain't got nothing with it?
Right. You come in there. No, we're not paying. No, we don't want Mel to do this. But yet you need Mel.
You
Because you turned
do.
around, you said you don't want Mel to do this, but then you turn around and say, well, we need Mel. If you heard her, Latisha said that they needed Mel or they thought Mel would come in and take the lead.
You
Why?
heard her?
That's the thing.
Yeah,
I
She
feel like the
admitted
news
right
to her.
there.
Yeah.
She admitted that she was inferior, that she is not a boss. Right then and
hmm
there, she admitted that, Mel, you're the leader. We need you.
yep,
In other words, that's what she was saying.
A
yep,
hundred percent.
exactly.
That's
That's
what
why they're sitting there like, well, what do? We don't know. We just put our name and we put some pictures on a PowerPoint and we figured that was all we had to do. No. And Mel's coming in, she's asking the questions. Okay, well, did you do this, and this? And they're looking like, what is that? How
hmm
do you
Like,
do that?
if Mel was not there, they wouldn't have gotten sponsorship. So
Yeah.
I was
where exactly
glad
was the
Mel said that.
essence?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I was glad Mel blasted that on TV and not hold that part back. She said, I gave y'all the idea. I'm the one that made the suggestion. And then you come back here like it was your idea. And then you coming at me like that. You
Right.
know, my soul was so out of line and angry on top of it. You see the
Right.
anger in him? Y'all are,
Yeah.
you're greedy. Like, are you kidding me? No,
Talk
I'm a
about somebody
businesswoman.
being greedy, but y'all done started fake fundraisers just to put money back in your pocket because y'all don't have no business. But
So
you're
you're gonna
talking
put the
about greedy.
money. Look, they're gonna put the money in their business account, right? Let it grow interest
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm,
wait for somebody else to have something going on. Like, does that make sense? That
right.
sounds
That
like a
makes
thief
no
to me.
sense.
And
Woo.
then when what's her little the stinking wench? Tisha said at the lunch with Mel, she had made the statement that basically, we're trying to give back to the community, all
Yeah.
like that. Don't
hmm
worry about it. Mel got that covered. She got the people. I mean, she got the organizations and stuff like that. She already helped. Mel been giving back to the community. Mel been doing this. She ain't got to clump up
Right.
with you to do it. Why y'all ain't been doing it? Mel been giving
That
back.
pissed me off too.
I
Don't
think
sit
yeah.
there and
Go ahead.
act like, oh, it's for the community and Mel doesn't want to give back. We need to put
Mm-mm.
our differences aside and come together for the community. No, y'all need to do what you need to do for the community because Mel is doing her part.
She been
Mel is
doing
And
it.
did you
doing
I
see the
think
what
way
she
I
needs
think
to
the
what
way
they
do.
were
they
counting
tried
on
to she tried to gaslight Mel in that scene was like,
100%.
oh, but this thing
Hmm.
happened some months ago. Girl, you
hmm
call that a dark soul, and that was just like December,
Right.
and you're saying
hmm
to be over it by like January. Like,
Do you know
come
what?
on.
I think I get the impression that they are counting on Mel's good heart. They know how she is about the community wanting to give back. And so they just assumed that she will come in, take the lead, handle it, and make sure this whole thing is a success, even though it's in the name
Hmm.
of black. And that is such a rich and entitled mentality. You
Yeah,
call this woman a dark soul. You should not want to have any dealings with a dark soul. Who would?
Mm.
Like, who in
right.
their right mind would want to deal with a dark soul? Like, I
The
would.
Scots.
I know. It
And
doesn't make any
then
sense.
did you hear how at the end when she was like, so, or what? Who said it? I think it was Kimmi. Was like, so you gonna email us? She's like, I don't even know what to
What the
email y'all.
email?
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
have to
God.
pray about it, girl.
You don't know how
You
to
know
deal with
what?
people. You don't know how to handle your business. That's all that is.
God,
Right.
you
So
what
you're telling me that what you guys discussed today, you can't take what y'all discussed and put it in a format and email it to where, okay, well, this is what we discussed. Can we come up with a better solution? Like,
Mm.
okay, this is what was said. This is our ideas now. Can you please tell me your ideas and then we'll, meet at a different time. It's not that hard.
I mean, she was the one who said that they had to email her. That's what they
Right.
said last episode, that they did not receive any email from them. Like, I was
Mhm.
like, come on.
Right.
How have you
That's
guys
what
been running your businesses?
Yeah.
boss lady. Ain't he
right.
And
your
baby, did you
boss?
catch her live this evening? Oh my God. Where they
No.
are leaving is tinier than I thought.
Oh.
Even the place that they are renovating. Because she showed it. She was like trying to show everybody that, oh, we're going to be down there like 2 weeks and we're going to move in. So now I'm looking at the timeline. They started
Mm.
shooting for the new season around January, February. And you're telling
Right.
me by that time you guys were renovating. And by now, what's today's date? June
Um,
Yeah,
18th.
the 18th.
You
Yeah.
guys
18.
are still renovating?
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe he said he
Somebody
want to live
make
in a
this shit
separate
make sense.
house?
Oh, I believe it. I
He no,
believe
they
it. I
already are
believe it.
living in a separate house. He's just trying to ease that in to make it seem like this is gonna just now happen. You've been
Well,
living
it's
separately,
going to come
allegedly.
out about all of his affairs, allegedly, and in my opinion, because Marsau is getting Marsau is going to come out because one of these chicks, Carlos or somebody, is going to bribe them and give them a better deal than what
And
Marsau is giving them.
apparently, Marsau actually stayed in that house. So they
Mm.
stayed separately.
But make
From
it
the
make
light.
sense though. Okay, so you have Scott
That's
Manor
right.
that is not going to be built. Then you have your house that you were living in that you're going to renovate.
She
So
said the
you leave
Scots
out of your
manor
house
is
to
in
go to a
God's
smaller part.
hands. She said God will deliver the Scots manor. That's what she said.
So why you keep visiting? Did God Scott did God tell you to go and visit? You keep going up there like y'all getting ready to make some plans and do something, break ground, busting up rocks and stuff like that. Did God tell you to go and do that too when you know you ain't ready to build on it?
Listen, if I see him in another hard hat with no work done, I know something. I am sick and tired of seeing these. Y'all have a hard hat for everything, but ain't doing no work. You have a hard hat and a tape measure. Why,
And church
Marcel?
shoes on. And church
Church.
shoes on.
Mm-mm.
When Tisha came and broke that was when they was at that groundbreaking whatever. Tisha had on her Aunt Esther Sunday school shoes. Why?
That's how you know this is a lie because I used to do construction. That was my trade, and I used to build houses. We used to get houses when they were burnt up and
Mm-hmm.
gut them out and all that, right? And even the owners, the wife, the husband, it don't matter. It's when you come even to break ground, the only time you dress up is when you cutting the ribbon to say,
Right.
okay, the house is finished, and the ground is smooth. That's when you put your suit on and the woman has her little stuff
Mm-hmm.
on. But when you're going to the construction site that's not built, no boss, woman boss or man boss never comes to the job site with shoes on. They have khakis, a shirt,
Right.
and some decent
You need to
shoes
be
on.
very comfortable. That
Period.
was why I'm like, the same story Martell is going to sell it to us in the next season, that he's working with Chris Fletcher. And he was
Mm.
on with a white vest with tight jeans. The only thing that looked like he was going to a site was the shoes.
Right.
So he said he's going to be working with Chris Fletcher.
They're trying to like make his image look all good. They've
Yeah,
been
they're trying
posting
to
pictures here and there. I'm like, okay.
Mm-mm.
Did
some
y'all
of
Mm-mm.
see
those
the
pictures
interview?
aren't for the
Did y'all
this
see Kiki's
period.
interview with Carlos King?
Not
No,
yet.
no.
Okay, well,
I'm
I'm not
tired
going
of
to
that
talk
Kiki
into it.
storyline.
I'm not going to talk about it in detail, but if you look at the way he dealt with Kiki in that interview and the way he deals with everybody else in the interview, he don't really see it for Kiki, right? He wasn't so jokey, laughy, like, oh, you're made for this. Oh, you're good. You know how he be ass kissing. Excuse my language. Sorry,
Mhm.
doctor. I don't want to get your pay strike. He an a-hole. You know how he be a-kissing and all of that. Everybody's the
Yeah.
greatest. He didn't do that with Kiki. He was more like, mm-hmm, like that until she started getting in detail about how she grew up and how Wanda was. Then he started saying, like, what? Really? They're really like that? Yeah, those are the dark souls.
Yep.
Yeah. And Carlos feeds right into it, and he's a part of the whole cult, whatever you want to call it, too. Because the
I
way that he does them, like one, the way that he does with Martell, that right there alone lets you know that he's not for the right thing. He's not for women, and he's definitely not for the show. Like,
I mean, the
no.
only real storyline that the Scots have had like this entire season is this whole comeback through fighting back and forth. Apart from
Hmm.
that,
Did you
we've
see
Right.
not
what
had.
Kimmy said to Maurice? You was the problem. You was the
What,
problem.
Yours
to,
is the
yeah, to
problem.
Marceau? When she said that
Yeah,
to
to my
Marceau,
soul.
yeah.
And then he got a
Mhm.
nerve. This is how manipulating he is. He got a nerve to say, see, I told you there was somebody in the group that was a problem. Okay, it was me, but there was a problem. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He knows that he's a problem, but see, Tisha lets him get away with it. Tisha won't speak up and let him know that he's a problem or what he does, which I actually was kind of shocked when he was like, hey, I think that I should stay here. And she's like, no, no. But then again, Tisha wants to keep the facade going. She wants to keep it going as if her marriage is, top notch, and they are thick as thieves and they are tight like a booty hole, but they are not.
Mm-mm. And
Like,
your
no, honey, we
mother
know that there's trouble in paradise, baby. We know this. We've
and
been
Wanda
knowing this
already
from season
said,
one.
Wanda already said that Marsau is a good pretender. They make it look good and it ain't good, like with rented cars, like you own them. She said it. She said it. She
Hmm.
I
said he's a
can't
good
wait for
pretender.
Kiki to come out and tell the truth, because Kiki knows some stuff. When they was
Hmm.
at that nasty baked potato thing that Wanda had, and when her and Latisha was into it, and she was talking to Tisha, and she was about to say something about Marceau, and he was about to flip that table
Yeah,
over and
I
was yelling
said
and was like,
we'll turn
I
the
will
whole
I will
dish
burn
down.
this shit down.
Mhm.
That's because he knows that she knows something.
Yep.
She has some dirt on him for real. And if it comes out, it is going to be explosive. It's going to mess with his marriage. It's going to affect the show and how everybody sees him. And he's afraid of that. He's absolutely afraid of Kiki, I
And you
feel.
know what too about the Kiki thing? The
Mhm.
thing I don't like too is, I mean, how people are, the haters saying, "Oh, you threw your family under the bus." Oh, da, da, da. No, Kiki has been very giving them grace. She ain't
Mm,
really saying the stuff she could say. Y'all are poking and poking and poking. You're gonna make her get gutter. You know what I mean?
mhm,
She's holding back, just like you said. She's holding back. She's saying some stuff because she got no choice. But
right,
she can say a lot more, and she's holding back because she don't want to do that to her family. But
right,
you could do but so much. You could take but so much.
right. You
I
can
think
only take
Wanda
so
wants to be
much.
back on the show, and she's trying to create a problem.
Oh, of course, Wanda wants to be on the
Yep.
show. She ain't making no money.
And
That
Kiki
food
ain't
truck ain't
down with
doing
it.
nothing. No, no, because all they're gonna do is gang up on her. Wanda's just gonna try to gang up her, and Tisha is gonna try to gang up on Wanda or on Kiki, because the fact that one, Tisha can't hold her own without her mama.
Yeah.
Yep. She
She
cannot.
cannot. So she's going to need her backup. She's gonna need her big bulldog to come in and help her fight her battles, because she cannot do it by herself.
Hmm.
And she knows that if Kiki starts talking, everything's going to come out, all the way down from what happens in Besma to right there in Huntsville.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Because that live that Wanda did the other day, honey, Kiki came back and let it be known, baby, you're full of shit.
Purity.
And how I don't see how Wanda, Wanda.
But and
Wanda,
then
you
Wanda on her live trying to fast talk people. Oh, she said I didn't go to school. Didn't I work at that school? Nope, she didn't say. Listen, stop it, Wanda. She didn't say you didn't work at the school. She said you wasn't educated. It's a stop double talking and trying to
Difference.
fast talk.
hmm and that's exactly what she was trying to do.
But
She
it
was trying
didn't
to
work.
speak it.
It didn't
Oh
work because the
no.
critical thinkers saw right through that.
See, that's the whole point. When you have, educated people and people who can actually think, we see past the bullshit. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just you can't feed us shit and say it's sugar. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going. It don't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she's counting on, because see, Wanda feels like if she continues to stir up the controversy and she just keeps going on with it, that eventually it's going to stick. It's not. And
Yep.
I
So
don't
how
know
y'all
why
feel about Kimmi? How you feel about Kimmi at the meeting? How you think she did?
I,
I mean,
honestly, I like
she
how Kimmy
changed
spoke
her
up.
voice. I'm sorry, she changed her view. You need to stick to it.
Right.
In
Right.
the first part or the first time they met, she was not all for it. And then all of a sudden, she's all for the whole no payments. We're coming to speak for the
hmm
community. This is why we need to have only one Scott family.
Right. Right.
hmm
Yeah, that's why I said I was not really on board with Kimmi. I
Hi, Black
always said,
Titanic.
Hi, Black Titanic. Hi,
"Hi,
Black
Black Titanic." Yeah, I felt like Kiki is riding the fence. I just didn't,
Yeah, I think Kimmy. I've said this
She's
before.
trying not to annoy Maurice because it's like she had a voice of her own, and then all of a sudden she's all for what Maurice is saying. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I think she wants peace in her marriage. And
uh-uh,
I feel
Mhm.
like
I
I feel
I
like
don't think.
I
Honestly, I
don't.
think
It's
she
not
knows that
peace.
her marriage is no.
Listen,
You
that
know what?
I
is
don't
not
I don't think the
peace.
marriage is going okay.
But that's
But I
not
think
peace. You know why it's not peace? Because while you're holding stuff inside, miserable and not being able to let it out and really be who you are, that's inner turmoil you're allowing him to put on you.
a
That ain't
hundred
peace.
percent. 100%. But at the same time, I think from her perspective, that's what I'm saying. I think from her perspective, what she wants is so-called in quotation marks peace, i.e., right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not
Right.
back and forth with Maurice, not having to be Maurice and Tisha and Marsau against her. That's what I think she's trying to avoid. Because the thing is,
She
it's
wasn't
not the first
expecting what
time.
she got in this marriage.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's not the first time that we've seen Kimmi back down when it comes to the Scots. It's
Mm-hmm.
not the first time. She usually starts off with her own opinions, and then you notice it's almost like they wear her out, and then she.
Mm.
So I'm not surprised at all. I think she's just choosing the road that she feels like will have less conflict than to stand her ground and then have to be her versus three people.
But that's weak.
Oh, I was thinking it
Of
in my
course it
hmm
mind.
is.
Oh, that was
Of
just like
course
I
it
can't
is.
have weak people like that around me.
Of
That's just so
Yeah.
weak.
of
Yeah,
course
that's
it
definitely
would
a
be.
week.
But to be fair, from day one, I never saw her as strong to begin with. I've always thought she was a, flip flopper to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but she used to be able to stand her ground. I mean, this
Yeah.
season has just been terrible. She never has an opinion that she stands on. It's almost like ever since this whole cancer battle, she's trying to, I don't know, maybe bend over to
Honestly,
please
I feel like
Maurice. It's
ever
just been
since she
very.
got married,
Ever
ever
since she
since
got.
they got married,
Mm-hmm,
Kimmy has changed.
mm-hmm,
Even before the cancer scare, think about
yeah.
when they were in the woods. Before she even got the cancer scare, when Maurice just came out and let her know that he was going to bring Kiowa and Zave down, like with no questions, no, hey honey, let's talk about this. What do you think about it? No, it was, this is what I'm going to do. And I feel like that's how it has been. For some reason, Kimmy, there's something about Kimmy that I just can't trust. I can't rock with her. I can't feel Kimmy all the way. At first, I was like, okay, Kimmy can stand on her 10. But now I'm like, Kimmy,
Mm.
I don't know. Kimmy, you're fake to
She'll
me.
do
Like, I feel
anything to
like,
I
keep
feel
her
like
marriage.
yeah,
she just wants to be married. I actually personally
exactly.
believe she just
She
wants to be
can marry
married and she
herself.
wants to
She can
and she
legit
wants
marry herself.
I think she wants to be married and stay married, okay? So I feel like
hmm
I don't know what it is, but it's very similar to Tisha in the sense that they just want to be married
Yeah.
of being married, okay? So that's the impression I get from Kimmi. I feel like, so for her, if she has to suck it up and try to even like, you know, do whatever Maurice wants, including having sex multiple times a day or whatever she was saying initially, a week. You know, I think she's just doing whatever it is that she feels like she needs to do to keep him. I think if she's being honest with herself, I think she knows that there are trouble and difficulties in her marriage, but she does not want to face it. So she's burying everything under the rug and just try to keep it pushing along. I think that's what it is.
That
But did
sounds
you
like a
guys
Scott thing to
notice?
me.
Did you guys
It
notice
is.
that Marsau left Tisha to get all the brunt? She took
Mhm.
all the
Yeah,
insults, all the shouting, like he just stayed there.
because he's I'm gonna say it. He's a bitch. He is. He's got a vagina. Next time that Tisha goes and gets her BBL, he's probably gonna go get with her, and get a matching one.
Mm.
Like, Marsau is no, he's always up in a female's business, but yet when your wife is getting chewed out, or they're basically coming for her like that, you're
He will
sitting
keep
back not saying
quiet
nothing. Like, no.
every
Honestly,
single
that
time.
shows how much care you have for your wife and your marriage. You don't respect her yourself, so you damn sure aren't gonna stick up for her. You'll only stick up for her when it benefits you. If it's something that benefits you, that's when you'll say something. Other
Mhm.
than that, you're not finna take up for her. You had three people that was coming for her, and you said nothing.
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 Not
Like they called your
surprising.
wife a bulldog, and you said nothing. Dude,
Nothing.
It didn't even look like he disagreed. Like, I'm just
So he
saying.
didn't want to get like he knew Mel would have chewed him up. He said, "You're on your own."
Oh, Black Titanic. I completely agree. I've always said this
Hmm.
everywhere. I've
did you
always said
see?
that
Oh my
Kimmy
God,
has
the
a
interview
crush
that's
on
been
Marcel.
going around.
Always.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that
Kimmy,
can mean, yeah.
Did you
especially
Mm-mm.
remember?
coming from a
Ev-
woman,
Yeah.
especially coming from a woman who said she also had issues with her baby daddy. She said
Hmm.
he used to torture her and take her in and out of court. She's been through some of the same things. And for her to brag about this man because he grabbed a bag of groceries or held the door for her, that's a charmer. You know
Yeah.
what charmers do? They will charm you right
Mm-mm.
out your underwears. It don't mean it's good.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
And I don't know if you guys remember, like there was a time where I think Martell came over or something, and she was almost like touching him like his shoes
Yes.
or something. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
remember it, but I remember it
I do.
vividly. And I was just like, what in the world is this?
Rubbing on
She's
his
always
shoulder and
talking
stuff
about
like
him
that.
working out and
Exactly.
stuff. Oh,
Rubbing,
you working out?
exactly.
Oh.
That's when I realized I think these people have a crush on him, and that's why there is nothing this man can do that they will ever think is wrong.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they wasn't around there sharing peen.
Mm.
I would not be surprised, honestly.
Just look at Bell Collective. They were
Mm,
sharing one pussy. So
Mm.
because what? Ooh, yes, they was. Because, honey, Selena, baby, you was getting around.
Who
Ooh,
the
she getting
extra?
around.
The
the
extra?
extra,
The
I was
extra,
so
yes,
mad.
the
I was so
extra.
mad that people were taking her side because she was the one that attacked So Gucci. No, let's not talk Bell Collective yet.
Not
But
Yeah.
yet.
she
Matter of fact,
came
we're
at So Gucci.
yeah, we're
Excuse
gonna
me.
we'll do the live for Bell
Did y'all
Collective
talk
here
about
soon.
Stormy yet and her devil
No,
mom?
because listen, I got some words for Stormy, and the ladies already know what's going on with me. So, Stormy, I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming for
Mm.
you.
But what do you
Mm.
guys think about this conversation between Mel and Tisha? I think this
I
was
think
like
teacher
one of the
doesn't
most
listen.
positive things.
I liked it, but then there was a part where I think Tisha doesn't listen this lady already told you baby steps, honey. And then she
Right.
started saying something about what was it that she said? I'm
Can
trying
we
to remember.
get your input? If I find
Yes.
buildings and location, can I
And
still get your
Yeah.
can I
input?
still, and I'm like, she just said baby steps. Like, are you listening?
Right. And then did y'all see how she was trying to throw it in when Mel was like, so, or well, Tisha's like, so are you going to be there? Mel was like, I don't know. I have a performance. And she's like, are you sure we're not going to see, get any pictures of you all booed up on vacation? Are you? And she just kept repeating it like,
I
girl,
know. It's like she's
what
not
does
gonna tell
it
you what
matter?
you
She looks
boys.
desperate, like Mel, we need your brain, we need you, we need you. That's how she's coming
Right.
off. She's really
Mm.
showing her weakness now.
Honestly,
She didn't
y'all
want
know
nobody to
she
think it
does.
before. She's showing it now.
Y'all know
She's
she needs like Tisha's brain or she needs Mel's brain because that's the only way she can function. She has to copy and emulate everything that Mel does. So if Mel is not a part of the comeback group, like Tisha
who's
ain't
she
gonna
gonna
be nothing.
copy?
Mel
Mm-hmm.
already wanted the whole comeback group to be dissolved. So I don't know why it's still together. It's like
Right?
they're
Because of
Why are y'all
pushing
Kimmi.
still
her
going?
to be there.
We don't need Mel. That's why.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, it never moved neither. Ever since y'all kept it, it still ain't moved nowhere. So you do
Right.
need her. Dummies.
And y'all trying to bring it
Dummies.
up, trying to act like y'all want to bring it back, but
Yeah.
what are y'all doing with it? Nothing. Y'all slapped the name Black on it, and now y'all think it's something. No, honey, it
That's
is.
what got
It's still
Maurice mad.
nothing.
Maurice said,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Y'all are taking our ideas. No, 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 no.
Like
Maurice's
he
anger
should.
was a bit slow, though. I'm just saying, because where was this energy like last week, the week before? Like, seriously, it's a bit of a delayed anger, honey. Like,
Uh-huh.
it was the same idea last week or the week before.
Because
Like,
he
that's just
realized if he didn't do that, he was going to look stupid right with his brother and his sister-in-law.
yep.
Mhm.
He had to show a little something because he really was looking. He knew my brother and them look real stupid right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely need uh only one Scott family. Like there's two
Yeah.
of them. It's too much.
It's
It's
just
Yeah,
not
it's way
fair
too much.
because
I don't agree with what Leandra is saying. Like Tiverton Love said, their beef did not just like the way people talk, people try to make it seem like this beef is like 500 years ago.
It was like
Just
last week.
call this woman a dark soul
and talked
December.
about her
Right. This
babies
beef was not
and
old.
talked about her kids.
Was bashing
Right.
her on January. So what's in it?
You
Right. This
lucky we
isn't
even
a this
sitting
isn't
at the
an
table
old
together.
situation.
You lucky we sitting at this table together the way y'all was trying to drag my kids and all of that. Some things you can't come back from. So you really better take what you can get right now.
Yep. With thanks, actually.
Okay?
You know. But
And
yeah.
Mel said it. Mel said, I really don't even want to be working with my ex-husband. For real.
Right. And y'all
Huh.
gotta understand what they don't understand is this while this was going on, Mel was in court with him.
Yep.
And what's the use
So
of Martell in that meeting? He said not one word
He has
except Mel
mm-mm.
nothing to
wants to be
say.
paid. Like he
Even
said
All he did
even
nothing.
was
when
agreed
he
with
asked
Mel in
about
the
money,
hopes. He
he
agreed
couldn't
with
even
Mel in the hopes that
talk.
that was get her to talk to him.
No, he was agreeing with Mel because he don't got the guts to say I need the money too. But if Mel get the money, then you got to pay all of us. He just want
I
Right?
money.
agree. I
He
agree.
want
Right.
money.
Well,
He was
you
like,
see,
well,
Marcel said
Mel
something
said,
about it. That's when Marcel turned and told him. He said, "So he was like, so you want the recognition?" And he turned to Martell and said, "And you, if there's payment involved, that's what you want." He said, "Yeah, if payments a part of it, yeah,
that's why he pushing it off on Mel. Like since Mel want to be paid, everybody got to be paid. Basically, he wanted to be
right."
on
But
her
you're not
They're
coattail
all
Mel,
trying to come up under Mel's name because they don't have the
again.
guts to face up to Scott. And this
Yep.
is the
hmm
problem. We have too many people that know each other's secrets. So it's like, I don't want to say something that will offend this person. I don't want to say something that will get this person triggered. It is not a good dynamic. And that's why
Hmm.
we
That's the
say
hmm
to
problem with
make this show better, we need 2 or 3 couples that has like no relationship to the rest.
Hmm.
right?
And how can you go in business with people you don't trust? You can't. So what are they? They're delusional. You cannot go in business with somebody you don't trust. Period. Never mind
I
with your
don't
money.
understand how they're expecting to have
Right.
Mel even do this stuff when y'all yourself have said she can't be trusted.
Yep. You can't just
Called
bury
out
it under the
every
rug. You
single
need to.
name in the book.
Yep.
Mm.
Even I'm not being funny, but even the way she said "effa" at the sit down, I just didn't think they were at that place for you to be calling her effa. You know, like that's a no for me. I'm just like, you called her a dark soul last time. Granted, you didn't say it in a way where you meant it in a derogatory way, I hope. But still, it's like, we're in that close. Don't be calling me a heifer. No.
No,
We're
she
not that
looks like
close.
the heifer. She knows what a heifer is, right? Because
Mm,
if she knows exactly what the heifer is, and not just the word, then she would know she's the heifer.
mm, mm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm just like, you don't go around calling someone effer, especially if you guys don't speak like that. You guys ain't cool like that. And I just thought, that was weird.
No, Marsau was there. Marsau was in that video. I
Mm.
have it on my channel. Like, he was
I don't
there
even.
just walking around. The house was so tiny. So
Wow.
I was even expecting it to be like, I will understand for we that like average families having that kind of house. But the way you guys portray
Brag.
yourself like millionaires,
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting like probably something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The kitchen and the parlor, they're basically kissing each other.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Like, I'm not lying. Like, let me show you the video. It's not like I'm not lying. Like, everywhere is so tight. And I'm like, so what exactly are you guys selling to us? Because that's fake. And she's like, oh, the Scots manor, God's going to deal with that. Well, we don't want God to do with it. You guys
What
started
you
selling
all
it
to do it?
before God.
God's not magical. He don't got a wand to say, poof, be done. It's
For
not how it
real.
works.
Let me show you that. Let me increase the quality. Here.
It's right here. This is not even completed, but he got the TV in here. Thank you. I just want to give y'all a little update
See the
so y'all can
kitchen.
see. It looks totally different. Remember, like when we film in here, it's
Oh.
usually a wall right here in the center, and the wall is gone. We open it up. The front door is still missing. We're waiting for it to be shipped. Let me take y'all upstairs right quick so I can see. This is the bathroom. So who wants to live in a construction zone? Not me. It's one of the bedrooms here.
But Marsau wants to live there.
We'd rather live there than live with you.
We removed this whole tub out this bathroom. It's just gonna be a stand-up shower.
I can see it.
The door that's going here. Another bedroom.
Beautiful room.
Those rooms are right on each other. You can hear through the walls.
And then we're headed back downstairs.
See, that's all the
MJ,
house.
can you fix this?
Wow.
This right here, because the girls are gonna come down and step on that, and that's not gonna be a good thing. This step right here, that's coming down. Thank you. So yeah, y'all see the kitchen, living room. I need some help with picking out the furniture. Marcel's been fussing at me because I'm supposed to be designing this area.
So that's like all the house.
Wow. 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 It's actually way smaller than I thought it would be.
I was shocked.
So they're going to try to upgrade it to make it look fancy and wide, but it's really still small.
She shouldn't. She really.
They're going to use their
shouldn't have
little check from Love Marriage Huntsville to try to fix it up to make it more current, but it's still a small little package.
She really shouldn't have showed us. I think she really shouldn't have showed us.
You know she dumb.
For real. And then she was like, oh, when the Scots manor gets ready, I'm not trying to rush things. It's all on God's time. I'm going to be coming live every single day. It's like, okay.
Whatever you say. I don't believe you, but whatever you say. Look at what Black Titanic is saying. The Scots got a bad name here in Huntsville. No one will trust them, so they need Mel to help them. That explains
Oh,
why
that
it
makes
almost
sense.
feels like they're always begging Mel to do stuff. Like, why do you need Mel so badly? I guess this explains it.
Because how does she have a dark heart, and then all of a sudden you need that dark heart to help you?
She's evil. Don't forget evil and dark soul. Like,
But now let's move on to this. You see,
mm,
I posted this thing on Instagram, and there's some who were trying to come at me saying that, oh, I'm reading too much into this. And
what?
I responded to somebody saying, is a different thing. Like if this was a different couple entirely than Marsau and Tisha,
Mm.
I would understand. But it's almost like Marsau has a kink of making Latisha look stupid.
Yep. He loves
It
it. He
does
thrives
it
on it.
does things that when people see they'll start bashing Latisha. And that's my problem because I was feeling bad for Latisha in this scene because I'm like, why does your husband like perpetrating the rumor that he's cheating? Because why would you say I want to stay away? And the fact that he ended up staying in that place is what pissed me off the most.
Mm-hmm. I think the man wants to leave, but he does not want to be the one to leave, right? So he's like, I will do everything. Everything. Of course, he knows Latisha will probably not leave him, so she'll probably stay married regardless. But he's like, I'm gonna do everything just shy of telling her I want to leave her. That's what it's given, because I don't understand why you want to publicly embarrass your wife at every opportunity that you get.
They
It
said
doesn't.
they own the property.
Mm, it
They,
just
you
doesn't make
said
any.
they own it.
They said, I'm not saying, they said they own.
He's like, I cannot verify.
They might have. It might be true because you can't really tear people's house apart unless you have an agreement with them that you'll leave everything there when you move out.
Mm.
You can't restructure a rented home unless you say to the landlord, I'm going to put this dishwasher in and these fancy floors, and I won't ask for no money. And when I leave, I'll leave the upgrade. Other than that, they have to own it to tear it down like that. It ain't like nothing. It's not like something so great to own. It's just a regular, it looks like a regular old house, like you said, for a middle class person, not for the millionaires that they say they are. You know what I mean? She should not have shown that house.
She really shouldn't have. She should have kept that one in her, literally in her phone, and not showed anyone. Like, the thing is, if she films from it, right, but doesn't show the whole thing, then it doesn't look small. So it was just stupid for her to show us the whole
She
thing.
didn't need to go upstairs and downstairs and
Yeah.
like she could have just stayed in the parlor or the kitchen area because at
Mm-hmm.
first I thought the whole down was the kitchen. So
Yeah.
she must
Sorry,
have like an
ladies, I missed a little bit,
unrealistic
but I'm back.
view of how a millionaire's house ought to look. Then I turned around and I'm like, why is there a TV in the kitchen? I was even saying, wow, so you guys are so rich that you have a TV in your kitchen. I'm like, okay,
Mm.
Oh,
I guess I was overthinking it.
so I'm sorry, guys. You guys know that I'm in the hospital, so the doctors came in. So are we talking about them showing the house or the apartment that
No,
they
we're
so
talking
called?
about Marsau wanting to leave away from the family.
Because
Mm.
Marcel has he has a whole nother family that he's trying to really deal with. That's what y'all don't understand. In my opinion, he's one of those guys that has like two different families in the same town, but they just live on different sides of town and they don't know about each other. So he has to, you know what I'm saying? He's with one for one time and the other for another amount of time. And I honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like Tisha knows. She knows about his infidelity. She knows about the women that he messes with, but because she wants to stay in the marriage so bad, she's going to overlook all of that. She's not
All
going
of
to
it.
care. She has no care about the stuff that he does as long as he's in the house with her and their marriage shows as if they really love each other.
Mm-hmm. He wants to
Marriage.
mark
Marriage.
cheating, which is don't bring it. I don't want to see it. I don't want it.
Out of
Fire.
sight,
I know you're
out of
cheating.
mind.
So that's
She
that's
don't
what.
want to have to execute a divorce. She don't want to execute nothing. She don't want to, because her man.
And I don't blame her because honestly, I feel they could actually keep this whole thing as like a open relationship sort of thing. Marsau just needs to be able to cooperate.
Mm,
Protect
exactly.
your
That's all he
wife's
wants her to do is cooperate.
image. Protect your wife's image. That's like the number one. Like,
I think he
He
loves
doesn't know how.
it. No, I actually think he enjoys it. I think he feels like if she continues to get backlash, she would never have enough strength to ever leave him. I
Hmm.
honestly, I think he thrives on watching people drag her. I really think so. I really believe that because
because
he
it's
does.
He
very
drags her
unhealthy.
himself. He says stuff about her himself that makes me cringe. And I'm like, this is your wife. How in the hell are you sitting there? Just like he told her that she was jealous of Mel. We
Yep.
all know that, but damn, you're supposed to at least have her back and make it like, no, baby, everything's peachy keen.
Or tell her
But
private, not on the show.
exactly.
Like he
Tell her this
always
stuff.
says this on the show. Like, why? Why? God.
If the stuff that he says to her on the show, I could just imagine what he says to her in private.
Yep.
Like I don't. Honestly, that is not a love marriage. That was an arranged marriage. That was like a business deal. She got pregnant real quick. Okay, and it was already
She
said,
trapped
Wanda.
him. Like, no, no, no. The history was that she got pregnant for him and basically trapped him in that marriage. Seriously.
Because Wanda, it was said that Wanda told him, "Hey, you got her pregnant. Now y'all got to get married."
I mean, Wanda was saying that one time she came, like, she was like, oh, if they find out that Marsau is really cheating, she will not tell Tisha to leave him. She just wants him to give him a hard time and then go back home. It's like, damn.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's who in their right mind
Like that around Tisha, like it's no wonder why she is the way she is.
with a mother
So
like Wanda who needs a husband
she's
like
back.
Marcel.
Mother like Wanda, we should be happy with how Tisha is because I think like she tried.
But you gotta look at Uncle Knuckle, okay? Uncle Knuckles got Uncle Knuckles got a husband and a boyfriend, and don't neither one of them like her ass.
Mm, mm, mm.
Not neither one. But I feel like that's what she wants for Tisha. Oh, it's okay. Stick, Tisha girl, stick with Tisha girl. Stick with your man and get you a boyfriend, girl, Tisha girl.
Do you think do you
In my
think
Wanda voice.
Marsau would accept that?
Of course not. Of course he would not accept that. No. He would
Mm-mm.
not accept anyone coming and taking his place or him not being. See, he wants to be the lead, the head, even though he is not leading properly.
Mm. He just wants that title.
Hmm. That's all it is. He wants the title, and he wants to be able to say that, just like he wrote that letter saying he wants to be the leader. Who does that? We are not in the fifth grade. Come on. You are a grown ass man, and you're writing you, you wrote a whole thesis on why you should be the leader of the comeback group, sir. I'm gonna need you to go somewhere.
But you couldn't send an email, but you could write up a letter on why you should be the leader.
Mm, exactly. But you don't even know how to
Crazy.
lead. You have to know how to lead in order to be a leader. You're not even leading your wife in the right direction. What about your children? Where are you leading these kids? Because for your son to say, I would never let anybody treat me like that, that shows that he has seen some stuff that is not right.
We are also seeing things that are not right. Now imagine what
Right.
they're seeing at home.
Why would he even think that it would be okay to say, um, I feel like me and MJ should stay in the other place and y'all stay here? Why would that be right or okay? What would be the grounds for saying that? Are you about to be over there renovating that place or something?
Because it's
Is
actually
that what you're
counting
telling
on
us?
the boy not to ask him where he's going, because it's like, can you just start questioning your father that, oh, that where are you going to? You've been out for so long. What's going on? That's what it's counting on.
Or he's trying to teach his son his ways.
And besides, he knows the boy is probably not going to tell his mother.
Oh,
But then the
listen.
girls would probably be like, Mommy, Daddy was out.
Yeah.
And he ain't gonna be there all the time. He's gonna be either camp or school or whatever sport activity. So he can dip in him and Martell can dip it through the, you know what I'm saying? Dip in the streets,
Right.
put in the bed at night while he's sleeping, sneak on up in there, whatever, or sneak on out because he's old enough to be home by himself. You know,
Right.
that's all a trick. Just not to have to answer the teacher. That's all.
But
That's
just like
all.
Leandra said, why does he want to live alone? Many people renovated, without being separated. And that is so true. Why do you have to separate from your wife or feel like you have to stay in this house that y'all renovating? If you can stay in the house while it's being renovated, why couldn't all of y'all stay in the house while it's being renovated?
And then we now seeing how tiny the place is. Come on.
Right. What are y'all renovating? I want to know. Okay, so every time y'all go live, you show some bullshit. You show a fake place that you say that you're building onto, but there's nothing being built. Just like the scene where him and Marsau and Courtney was inside that upscale
Oh God,
barbershop
that
building.
scene made me cry. Jesus, yes, we need to talk about that scene. They should never put Courtney and Marsau together ever. No sense. There was like, I don't get it. It was like watching paint dry. It was so boring. Jesus.
All
It
you
was
ever
terrible.
see, especially in that scene where Marsau is in that building, all you ever see is him with a hard hat on or some type of regular clothes and a tape measure. Where are the
Yeah.
rest of your tools? I have not seen you with a tool belt on. I have not seen you with your hands dirty, your knees dirty. I haven't seen you in steel toe boots. Like, sir, I need to see some more. Let
Melanated
me see
Energy said
something.
Maurice took his son to avoid paying child support. Marsau is doing the same.
Right? There you go.
Remember
Like,
when Keisha threatened him, I think a couple of seasons ago, he said, shoot, if you leave me, if you have a baby outside the family, I'm gonna take you for all the money you got. That's why Marcel's trying to keep it here, because see, Tisha ain't a Mel. Tisha ain't gonna walk away and say, I don't want nothing, because she knows she's a boss without me.
Yeah.
Tisha will stay because she'll feel like she can't do nothing else.
Hmm. And that's the thing. That's why I said with those Scots, it's like they will stay in the marriage because it's like they have no backbone. Once you get married to a Scott, you have no self of nothing. It's gone. Because as
I
soon as
wonder
Kimmi
how their
married
sister
Maurice,
act
To be
in
honest,
her marriage.
I think all that gaslighting is what's happening. Because remember, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a scene where Kimmi and Tisha were laughing about the fact that they're being gaslit by their husband. And we're talking about, Kimmi, Maurice always says Kimmi has a great memory until when they're having a disagreement, and then he always swears he can't remember what she's talking about. And I'm just like, the fact that you guys are laughing and kicking about this shows that there's a problem. Like, the Scots effect, this gaslighting thing, is literally sipping into them.
they lent it well. They lent it really well. I have to give it to them. They lent it well. But what do you guys think about this Melody scene with Nell? I don't know why they're trying to make this her new boo a storyline for every single person. Because almost every single person has asked her about this dude. It's like, come on.
I like how Mel's handling it though, because she's like, I'll give you a little bit, but I ain't giving you too much, because that is,
right. I'm sorry. After what Mel did or Nell did at that party, I don't know. I don't trust her. Because Nell, you should not have been the one to speak up or say anything about Sheree and what Tiffany said. I don't feel like she should have been the one to say it. But I mean, to each his own. If Mel knows Nell better, and if she didn't take offense to it, then so be it. But yeah, I think Mel knows to keep all of her secrets close.
She's giving them
She's not
just
gonna let it
enough
all out.
to say that I am sharing something with you,
Hmm.
but that's all you're gonna get. And she feel more comfortable at least going to that extent with now, even if it ain't real deep. She's telling a little more than Mel than she would talk to the other ones about, and that's what she needs, somebody that she could talk to though.
It was
But I don't
cracking
think
me
she
up how
trusts
Nell
her.
was dancing trying to get the information.
I don't think she
Every
trusts
single person
Nell.
will find out.
I don't think she would tell Nell something she don't want out.
Mm-mm.
I think she's
No.
gonna give her surface stuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree. Because at the end of the day, she's married to Chris. Chris is Martell's really good
Those
friend.
friends. Yeah.
So it would be stupid for Melody to tell her something she doesn't want to go to Martell.
Right. Right.
Not just saying that Mel and Neil are stiff as fuck. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me
That
too.
pole dancing
Hey,
class was
listen.
funny.
Me too. I'm a stiff black girl. I ain't got no rhythm either. Everybody can't dance. It's all right though. I ain't boring. I'll still get out there and try.
Do you know
Right.
that
Listen,
being
that's the whole thing. It was fun. As long as they got out there and they tried to do it, hey, kudos. What Black Titanic said, Nell is disappointing me. Yeah,
Guys, she has been.
she's definitely on some other stuff. And
Because
baby
I'm tired
Nell,
of the
listen,
storyline of Mel having to lose a friend every single time they come on the show. It's tired.
listen, I'm gonna need for Nell to go get a better wig. I'm sick of seeing this
Ooh,
wig now.
looking like a baby
she needs to go
lion.
over to
Oh,
Looking like a
Posh's
lion every
website,
single day.
gonaked.com or something. She needs to get a new wig.
right.
And Nell got money, so it's for some reason she really likes that. She
Because
really thinks she looks good.
why is your wig
It's
here?
the same
Why
wig.
is it not plucked? Why?
It's not
The one she
plugged.
wore to Tiffany's baby shower. Oh my god. I was like,
I
Jesus.
feel like it was the same one. It just was the hump was different. I feel like she don't change her wig. I feel like they all look the same. They're the same color. They're the same way. She just puts it on differently. It's just
Well,
like
I hope she got that Taraji P. Henson stuff that helped with not getting that mold in your scalp from wearing the wigs too much. They got some solution because they be wearing sleeping in their wigs, be getting all kinds of fungus and all that.
oh yeah,
Taraji P. Henson sells this product to help with stuff like that. Now better get some.
You need to get some,
Honestly,
honey, because it looks like
because
she
her
sleeps
wig
in that.
game is terrible.
Even
Yeah,
if
the
that's a
point is they actually
sewing.
had fun. They actually looked like they had fun. And I think this is one
Yeah.
thing we're missing. We're missing the women laughing. We're missing the women
Mm-hmm.
having fun. Something they used to have in the earlier seasons. I'm not saying they were friends, but nowadays you rarely see them laugh together because everybody's trying to plot how to take down the other person. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's what we need is for them to have fun and not be so catty and just disgusting with each other all the time. I actually did enjoy seeing, Nell and Mel doing the pole dancing and learning and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you that instructor though, she had a body yaddy. Okay, look, let me get there.
Slim, thick. No, it's just
I need to say,
proper.
pole dancing is intense. As someone who has done pole dancing, oh my god, it's really intense. Like it looks easy, guys, but trust me, it's really hard.
Oh,
So
You
like,
guys
listen,
are
I
gonna be
know.
hot
your best.
after the first class.
Listen, I've had a pass myself, so I know.
All right
Listen, I can still do a couple little things, but nowadays they getting a little too crazy with it. I was like, I ain't doing none of that. Y'all on the ceiling? Shit, I'll stay down here. I'm good.
now. Okay.
I am good. Honey, I will stick to my early 2000 pole dancing. This new 2020 the dancing y'all doing, it's not for me. My body's not made for this.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah, but I think
I like that they had a good time. I like that they could laugh and smile. I like that Mel could actually let her hair down and just, you know, just have fun with it and let it flow naturally. And I like the fact that she did say she found somebody that is a protector, and the fact that she was married and didn't realize that she wasn't being protected, and now she is. That speaks volumes, and I love that for her. It is so amazing to have someone who cares for you so much and that protects you, and you can actually tell by their actions. They don't have to say it. They don't have to, you know, it's different ways that it comes off. It's not just physical protection. It's mental, it's spiritual, it's emotional. And I'm
Something
so
that
glad
Martha
that she
doesn't know
has
anything
that.
about.
Nothing. Martell knows nothing about that. All he knows about is bench pressing, and he keep on. Hopefully, he
And
gets bench
increasing
pressed by
those
Big
breast
Black in a
size.
cell.
Mm.
You know what killed me? Remember when the rumor going around that the whole councilman was the person Mel was dating, and Martell started harassing the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
That was
yeah,
terrible. That was terrible. It's like you're really unhinged. Like, damn, it really bothered you that much that you was acting like a Mitch, trying to put somebody out there like that. You got a nerve. You got a
I could
nerve.
just imagine what he's done to Ali.
Put yourself out there with that P tape. Put yourself out there.
Ooh, he don't want nobody to see that little turtle head.
Child.
Honey, that thing. He don't want nobody to see that. Mel was doing. Look, Mel was trying to be a wife. Okay, she was trying to help
Oh
you out.
God,
She
where's
was
my peace
working with
pipe?
what she
Look.
had with.
Oh, listen,
Oh God, look what she put on
Ladon,
the screen. Look what she
listen,
put on the
Ladon,
screen.
Mm.
Ladon, listen. I'm gonna need you to take 4 from me. I'm gonna need you to puff and inhale 4 from me because
I
right
got
now,
you,
baby,
sister.
listen. Look, I'm in the
Woo!
hospital right now, so I can't. So I'm gonna need 4
The
from me.
Well,
fakery,
you get better, baby. I got you.
the
Whew.
fakery that was this scene.
Mm-mm.
Stormy, just get off the screen.
Oh, please, like now. Get lost.
Oh,
They are so
wha-
desperate.
First
This
off,
is
let's hold on. Let's start with her and Spaghetti Betty in that damn room with the sage, and we're going to have
I call her baby
positive
bulldog because she
energy.
really does look like one.
Now, she looks like that's a big bulldog. That right there. She looked like a Frenchie. She looked like that dog from Men in Black.
Mm.
and she always talk about say, but you know what killed me when Stormy yelled out, "Why we just can't talk and get it through?" No, you don't like it like that. Remember when Mel tried to teach you some class at the tea party on how to deal with some situations without yelling, screaming, and swearing? You didn't
Right,
want that. You said no. We gotta yell and scream and get it out. So why you trying to make them talk like civil people?
right, right. Now you want to be civil. Now you want to act like
Also,
you have class and you have grace and all this stuff. No, remember, you don't need that. But
I
now
don't know
you
if you guys
want
picked
to have
up.
the peace.
Also, I don't know if you guys picked up that when she was like saying to her aunt that they needed to be civil and whatnot, she then also said that, "Oh, I've left your son with Miss Betty," right? And I'm like, that's is trying to incite violence because you already
Right,
know the aunt does not like the way Miss Betty speaks to her son. So why are you going to say, "Oh, she's
The
in there, you
aunt
better go
also
in there
has
and sort
some
it out"?
sort of inferiority complex that she needs to
well,
deal
and
with.
wait, what did she keep calling him? She kept calling him something. She said that he was, what was the word?
Uh,
Betty kept calling him something, and he was like, "What do you mean? Explain that." It's like, "You know what I mean. You know what it means. Don't worry about it. You know what it means." Like, no, tell him what it means. Why are you calling him this? Why are you calling him names? Why are you saying you don't like him? What is it that he has done for you to be acting this way towards him?
Well, let me tell you, she was calling him a prick. That's what she was calling him. She said, "You're a prick, and I don't
Oh
like
yeah,
it."
a prick. Yeah, she called him
Yes,
a prick.
a couple times. It's like, why you so hateful to your nephew? Why you? It's like you
Right.
hate and you despise him.
She has a superiority complex. Have you not noticed that about Betty? Those
And
are
you
the kind
can't.
of people that you pray that they never become big because they're going to trample on every single person that they've met before.
Yeah.
100%.
And then
Yeah.
Stormi, she enables that behavior, you know. But you had
Mhm.
so much to say. Betty Kruger has so much to say about when she thought Mel called her daughter ghetto. But
Right.
guess what? Your sister
Doing
called you ghetto
anything.
to your daughter in her face. Your mother is ghetto and loud, and she think people are scared just because she's ghetto and loud. I ain't scared of her.
Right.
You will be bailing both of us out of jail if she
Because
says
he's
something.
definitely ghetto. And Betty was wrong as hell for calling him out on him going to jail. So what?
What did that have
And
to
just
do
like
with the
he said,
issue
okay,
at
so
hand?
right. What does that have to do with any fucking thing? You just wanted to show that that he has a record or that he did something wrong. And then it was
And
called out, okay, Stormy went to jail too. Regardless
did
of
you
if it
guys
was 3
notice
days,
that
2 days, or what.
Courtney was almost laughing?
Yes,
Hmm.
that little sneaky smirk on his
Hmm.
face.
That's
Oh,
what makes me feel like that situation, it either wasn't real or he
It's
knew,
not
like,
real because the dude is still employed.
right,
oh, so he is
right.
still there.
He's still there. That's why I'm like,
He was
Yes, he
there.
was because
Wasn't
when
he there in the
Titanic, when
yes,
Black
Black
Titanic
Titanic?
went
Wasn't
there,
her nephew still there?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Black Titanic, if you're still in the chat, wasn't her nephew still there during that video? Because yeah, I believe he's still employed.
he's still very much
So yeah,
employed.
that would seem like a fake scene.
I do
'Cause
too. I
That's why
think
I said the auntie has a problem with her mom that has nothing to do with it. Especially when they were talking about when they needed money and other things. I started feeling the vibe that the aunt feels inferior to Betty because she's the kind of person that when she does something for you, she's going to take it and rub it in your face.
yes, yes. Hmm.
mm,
And when
yeah,
Stormy tried to give her mother an excuse to say, when my grandfather got sick, my mother's the one that took on the bulk of the responsibility. Da, 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 da,
right.
da, da. That don't have no dealings with your
Correlation.
mother being evil, cranky, and miserable and hateful. Her mother's sister said she always been like that.
Right.
Your
And you can
mother
tell
is
Betty's been
the
like that. Look
devil.
at her face.
That I can believe that. There's nothing anyone can tell me. I agree
She's
completely.
like Wanda, just like Wanda's brother said, Kiki's father. Wanda always been like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I
That's
believe it. I
Betty.
believe that Betty has always been like that. Look, her face looks like she's always had her face tuned up. She's always been mean and evil. Like you could just tell that woman has problems. She's a shit starter and she looks like she's always been in some mess, especially when it comes to her daughter.
That's why Stormy don't got too many friends because her mama runs him away.
And do you know what? People like Stormy and her mom, they are the ones that will always preach peace, sage nonsense, talking about, oh, let's take a deep breath and shut the fuck up.
But when it comes to Mel, though, but when that's so funny, you want to pull out the sage and peace and all that. But when it comes to Mel, you want to yell, scream, and call names and get over it that way, right?
Because
But you don't.
you're riding the coattail of not liking Mel, thinking that that's going to give you popularity or make you bigger than what you are, baby. When all that's going to do is just get you off the show. Like,
Martell
have
and
y'all not seen
Wanda.
this yet?
Yeah, Wanda and Martell put that in their head. If you go against Mel, you will get the followers, you will get the da 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 da, and they think that that's what's working for them when they see clearly it's not. Oh, one more thing. When Kiki had that interview and Carlos King asked her how is she dealing with social media and stuff like that, she said, oh, they don't bother me. She said, I'm good. When they call me crackheads, I laugh because it's so far from the truth. She said, I get more good than bad, so I don't care. He said, wow, well, I'm glad because he's so used to the other cast saying, K myself. Oh my God, they're saying that they're
Mm-hmm.
pulling me. Oh my God, they're crumbling. But Kiki was like, oh, please, they ain't doing nothing to me that bad. Whatever. I know the truth. It ain't bothering me. But yeah, everybody else understands. So he's like, really? Well, I'm glad you feel like that. I'm glad they're not bothering you like that. You know, and I'm like, oh, shut up. Shut
You know
up.
what we said, Ladon? You remember that live we had early morning where we said that it's fake.
Yeah.
This whole
Mm-hmm.
Kiki thing, it's fake. Because I won't be reacting this way when people are dragging me left, right, center on social media. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm
You think when they be going, you saying what's fake?
Like the whole Kiki, like there's just something wrong about it. The way she's willing to throw her friends, throw her family under the ground to make herself
You
look
think
good,
Kiki is throwing her family under the bus?
like using them as a storyline. Because let
I
me
think
explain.
Kiki. I don't think Kiki's doing it.
No.
Let me
Okay, I'm gonna hear you
explain.
out. I'm gonna hear you out.
She came on the show basically to expose the family. She started off with Tisha.
No.
Then you're not getting, like, that was how a storyline in the
That's
show.
why you got to go see the interview. But go on.
No, I'm not talking about the interview. I'm talking about on the show what she portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
So this season, in the first part, then she changed. She started being friends with Tisha, talking family kind of stuff. At that point, I was like, is this how people forgive each other easily? I turned aside because I was like, I'm not going to be involving myself in this because it just seems all fake to me. Then now we have the second part of the show being filmed, probably going to start in the next 3 months. And then she's starting to have this beef again with Tisha and Wanda. I may not be part of people with your popular opinion, but I'm like, it's probably a plan they had initially, but it busted.
Okay, so can I say my piece now?
Yes.
All right. Now, it did seem like that. Well, I didn't get that in the beginning, but what Kiki said was how she got on the show was when they first started the show, Kiki wanted to be a part of the show. They was like, no, 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 no. So Tisha said, well, this is how I'm going to get you in the show. Just come around. So when Kiki did the Mommy podcast, Kiki was there. She but in the background. Some tapings, Kiki was there before we knew who Kiki was, right?
Yeah, I heard
So
about
then
that.
they made a so then she was like, okay, now can I get on the show? She was like, oh no, don't say nothing to them. Don't talk to the producers. Wait, that's not how you do it. And then she went to Mel and said, we don't think Kiki's ready because of XYZ, the drug thing, right? So then she tried to stop Kiki from coming on the show. So then Kiki said, wait a minute. Why are you telling my business and saying that because you don't feel like I'm ready for the show? Like you're stabbing me in the back because the plan was we're going to get you on the show too. So now when Kiki started coming on the show with Mel because Tisha flip-flopped because of Marsau, her and Marsau never got along before the show. So when Kiki came on, it was like, okay, you said that about me. Now I got to say something back. Tisha started to talking about the family first. Then when this season came, her and Tisha was supposed to have a talk before the show aired. We're going to squash it. We're going to start fresh. We're going to try this, right? So when they come on the show, they try to be cool, but Wanda is in the back plotting and throwing stuff like, oh, Kiki's trying to steal your shine.
Wanda wants to come back.
So wait a minute. So Kiki said, okay, we were supposed to squash it, but yet you throwing rocks and hiding your hand. I'm not taking that. So Kiki is fighting back. And then Wanda wants to be on the show. So she wants to make a beef up with Kiki. Kiki wasn't down with that beef. Kiki got drugged in the beef because if Kiki was down with it, she would not okay them to say that she was going to be AB'd or her mama a hoe. She wouldn't go that far for a storyline. She'll let you talk about her or her stuff, but when you dragging her mama in and saying that she wasn't supposed to be here, she was supposed to be an AB, and stuff like that. She was supposed to be a AB'd and not even supposed and all that crap. that's when it goes to a whole nother level. So wait a
Right.
minute. So Kiki said that she was trying to squash the beef, but because of Wanda, this is what Wanda has done all their life. She said, if Wanda wasn't in the picture, me and my cousin will have a better relationship. But
Yeah.
because Wanda keeps getting and what's her name? Tisha don't got a mind of her own. She keeps falling back in it, and she's more listening to
But
Marsau.
Tisha is Wanda. You
Right,
get
but
what I'm saying?
Kiki was trying to squash the beef, but they really don't want her on that show. Kiki said when she told them that she signed the papers to get on to be on the show as a cast, that Tisha said, "What? Oh, well, we'll see how this goes." She said she was not happy for me. She said when I found out things, with college and stuff like that, and I found a way for her to get some education free, I pulled Tisha along to lift her up. She said, but they
Right.
trying to keep me under them. She said that Wanda always compared them and try to make them compete against each other. So when TT
Yeah.
had that drug problem, that was Wanda happy at her downfall, saying, "See, my daughter's better than yours because your daughter's on drugs. We're from the projects, but look at your daughter." You understand? This is a real beef within the family that been happening. Should have been on the show?
Give me
No.
a minute, sorry. I need to take away my car.
But it was some stuff going on, and Kiki, I feel like she's trying to spare her family because she can say a lot more, and she's trying to hold it in because she really don't want to do it. But if somebody keeps coming online bashing you, your mama calling them hoes and stuff, you're supposed to just sit quiet. No, Kiki gotta fight back. It's not that I'm a Kiki fan or anything, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And when I heard how she originally was supposed to be on the show from the beginning and how they kept pushing her off not to be on the show, they're jealous of Kiki, and they don't want Kiki. They didn't want Kiki to have this platform.
Kiki has information that they don't want to get out. I feel like it's a real family beef. I feel like Kiki knows a lot. Kiki
Mm-hmm.
holds some cards in her hand, and
Mm-hmm.
they are not willing for her to deal them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. But see, the thing is, Wanda talking all the mess that she's talking and the way that she's coming, it's
She gonna push
making
it
Kiki come out.
against the
It's
wall.
it's pushing Kiki
Yeah,
to let
right,
some things out.
right.
And
Because people are forgetting that Tisha is the one that talked about Kiki and her personal business first.
first, yep,
For God's
she did.
sake.
She did. She
So this
did.
girl's not
It
supposed to
was.
say nothing back about her stuff? Come on now.
Yeah, and the thing about it is Kiki didn't really say nothing too bad. All she said was, yes, Latisha has had to take a step back and look at her marriage.
That's right.
That's all
That's all
she
she said.
Mm-hmm. That's all she said.
It wasn't like she, went into detail of what she had to look at or anything else like that. Honestly, that came out on the reunion. And
That's
Tisha kind
right.
of said that. Tisha
Right.
confirmed that when she said, yeah, there was some pictures. You did like some pictures.
Yeah.
You're
She has
and
to
what if
fight back.
anything, Wanda calls him out. Wanda calls out their marriage more than anything. If anybody was ever to try to ruin their marriage, it would be
It'll
Wanda.
be Wanda, not Kiki or Mel. It is
No,
Wanda. But they're
it'd be
easy
Wanda.
scapegoats. Remember, they're easy scapegoats. Kiki is the brother's child, not the sister's child. It's always different in that dynamic. I know I come from
Yeah.
a big family on both sides, and it's always a different dynamic. I got treated different going to my grandmother's house on the weekends and holidays compared to her daughter's kids. You know what I mean? Than when I was at my
They would
grandmother
always
on my
prepare the
mother's side.
daughter's kids.
Huh?
I said they would always prepare the daughter's kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got jealousy and all that in the family, that adds fuel to the fire. Wanda is a jealous-hearted person.
Mm-hmm.
Period. She's inferior. She feels inferior when other women got confidence walk in the room. Wanda is the problem in the whole
Wanda
family.
hates younger women. Like,
Hmm.
what I'm
Absolutely.
trying to get at is that Wanda is Tisha. So I hate when people keep saying the fight is only between Kiki and Wanda. Because
No.
it's the same thing that happened between Wanda and Melody. Because you're like, How did Wanda wake up one morning and she's all of a sudden having a problem with Melody?
That's
Same
because
thing with
that has a
Betty
problem
versus
with
Melody.
exactly.
It is actually Stormi versus Melody. So they are
Yep.
all staying at the back of their moms to speak their minds. And the thing is that when you look at it, everybody is gaining. I'm going to be honest, like I don't give two shits. People may be supporting Kiki and all that, but I'm seeing it from the perspective of this is reality TV.
Oh, wait, wait,
Everybody's
wait, wait.
gaining.
One more thing. Do you
Kiki,
know that Wanda told Kiki, when you go on the show, we're gonna have a plot. They had a plot. When you go on
yeah.
the show, I want you to go against Mel. You need to go against Mel. Kiki
Yeah.
said, I am not gonna do
And
that because
and this is
Mel
where
did
I'm
nothing
getting
for
at.
me.
Have you noticed that?
So that's why
Now she
Wanda's
has a
mad at Kiki because
storyline.
she
This is
did
my
not
point.
go against Mel.
Now she has this, and that's where I was coming to. Now she has a storyline because nobody wanted to film with Kiki. Not Mel, not the Scots, nobody.
No, Mel
Because
don't
they did
mind.
not.
I'm filming with Kiki. Mel
But
don't mind.
what does Mel want to film with Kiki?
Remember, they had a relationship. They had the schooling and all that kind of
Right.
stuff in
And you gotta
common.
But the
understand,
thing
hold on, y'all
is
gotta
that
understand.
we
Remember,
need an
Mel is the one who
interesting
brought Kiki on the show.
storyline.
But Mel knew
Mel
Kiki
is the reason
before
why
she
Kiki is
knew.
even on the show,
But
y'all.
Mel knew
It wasn't
Kiki
Tisha or Wanda. It was Mel who brought
even
Kiki
before the
on.
show.
Wait,
Mel
you
knew
guys are
Kiki
not listening
first.
to me. Like, let me explain where I'm coming from. Like, let me just explain so you guys can see it. She came on the show through Mel, obviously. Congratulations to her. But the point is, she can't film with only Mel. Like, will you be filming with Mel every single time?
Yeah,
It's going
absolutely
to be
not.
like, you need a storyline and you need to be able to film with others.
Hmm.
Unfortunately for Kiki, as the show progressed, Stormi then became friends with the Scots. So another route or another person that she could have filmed with, the Scots grabbed her quickly. So at this point, she's alone. She's just wavering, no storyline, no nothing.
She's
And
holding her
unfortunately
own.
for Kiki, she's not a person like Tiffany that Tiffany is willing to be dirty to get that storyline.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely agree.
as it went on, nobody was filming. I don't even think I saw Kiki up to how many scenes in this thing, except the whole fight she had with Tiffany. She had less and less scenes as it started going. And that's bad. Yes, this is Kiki's first season, so you expect her to be like everywhere. But
She
she
Yeah.
was
was
like
going to be.
nowhere. And
Remember?
that's my point.
No. She
And
was
now
going to be. But when she didn't go against Mel, like, because the storyline was supposed to
she
be
doesn't now
the
have anybody
cousins.
to film.
Listen, the storyline was supposed to be the cousins getting their relationship back on track. It started out like that, but because Kiki would not go against Mel, Tisha pulled back from the original plan and
You are
stopped
saying what
wanting
I'm
to.
saying.
So that's the only reason why she's not taping as much, because the plan that they wanted Kiki to do, Kiki didn't do.
And that's what I'm saying. And now she would have a storyline to go against the Scots.
Well, they
And
made
the
it a
point,
storyline. She might as well capitalize on it. They're the ones that
yeah, it's
blasted
definitely
her.
a storyline. Like
Because the
the
only one
way
she had a
she's
beef with
going
was
back and forth with Wanda, aka Tisha,
she has no
is because of
choice.
she has no choice. Because Mel is not going to keep filming with her every single time. Like Mel has her own storyline, the custody, the new man, because she has to introduce Nell into. So Mel has to introduce someone else, and she cannot cater to Kiki. Kiki has to cater for herself. So from I'm seeing it, the only reason why this is getting blown this way is because now Kiki gets something to film. So she is willing to keep talking about this because it's going to help her.
I don't think
That's my
she's
point.
willing. I think she don't have no choice, because when Wanda's going on lives talking about her mama's a hoe and got 4 baby daddy, she got no other choice but to go on
Hey, pretty brown
YouTube
eyes.
and say something back. Remember, Wanda blasted her first on you. She didn't create that. She had to come back. Wanda called, she answered.
That's how it's
But
been.
Wanda
It's been
has
like
been
that the
coming
whole
at
time.
Melody, and Melody only responded when she talked about her. That
But
was
Melody's a different type of person. We can't expect
That's the
everybody to
thing.
handle things.
I'm not saying
Melody.
you can't expect anything. Like, see where I'm coming from. This is reality TV. At this point, Kiki now has a storyline that she never used to have. That's what I'm
Well,
talking
Stormi
about.
don't have a storyline, and she's
And that's why
there.
people want her out. Like Stormi adds nothing to the show.
She don't have no storyline either. So a lot of them don't have storylines, but they still been lingering. They all don't, but Melody. And maybe Kimmi, if she use it the right way. Everybody else is the same thing. So she fits right in. But the only thing I can say about Kiki, at least she didn't fall for the trick and go against Mel like they all did. At least she didn't
Honestly, I
fall for
feel
that
like
plan.
Kiki needs to stay there because, I mean, not that Mel needs her, but at least
It
have one
ruffles,
ally. At
but
least
it
have one
ruffles
ally.
Tisha and Marsau's feathers, and that's what I like. It makes them uncomfortable that
Mm-hmm.
Kiki is there. It makes them very uncomfortable that Kiki is there. And I like that they're uncomfortable. I like that they're nervous. I like that they don't know what's going to come out her
Because
mouth
Kiki
next.
knows.
They
Kiki
are
knows
nervous
where the
because now
bodies are
they have
buried.
to talk about themselves. And you know what I hate about this show? Every single person is like, oh, Mel is not talking about a man. Mel's not talking about this. Mel's not talking about this. Mel is not the only character in this show. We have the Scots. They are bringing nothing. But every single
Not talking
time you
about
want them to be fighting Mel, they need to talk about themselves. Like, why are you people so bothered about who
And
Mel
y'all ain't her
is?
friends. Why would she want to tell you her personal stuff and y'all ain't her friends? So y'all could throw it up in her face later?
They kept trying. They kept trying it. Like they just kept trying it. Oh, we're gonna just like Tisha. Are you gonna send us? Are you sure you're gonna make it? We're not gonna see any pictures of you with your boo on vacation. We're not gonna see you booed up on vacation. Girl, give it a rest. It's not like she's finna feed that information to you, and you're not gonna know if she was on vacation with a boo or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's talk about the support that y'all don't give, because if y'all was really supportive, why can't y'all go see one of her concerts?
Mm-hmm.
Like Mel said, supporting and putting in investing is two different things. Just because you
Mhm.
showed your face there to do your own sneaky networking don't mean you were supporting me and my
Right.
cause.
Support
Stop
and
it.
sponsorships are two different things, honey.
And then here go Marcel. Well, from here on out in the future. No, ain't no future.
Right.
Get the F out of here. Ain't no future. The future is I will never break bread or trust my money or any contract I got with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, but
but
I
this
hope
show, I
this
don't know if
isn't a
it's gonna
plot to bring
last.
Wanda back though.
It's not
I just
going
really
to
hope that Kiki's
last.
storyline. I
I
just
don't think
really
it's
hope that.
enough to bring Wanda back. I
I
think
hope not.
it's not, because it'll be hell on wheels if they bring Wanda back. You seen what happened last time. They're still suffering. So therefore, if they bring Wanda, it's tanking it. It's
And
tanking it.
what is Betty there for? We need. What the hell is Betty on there for? Somebody tell me, because Betty Kruger need to go.
Also,
Spaghetti Betty. Like, what
Oh
what is
God.
the point of you? Because you're stirring up you are just stirring up mess. You are making so many problems where there needs to be none.
I
You
wonder
are a
if she
draw.
go and hang out at Wanda's house in the backyard with them nasty ribs. I wonder if they hang out together.
Listen, Betty Spaghetti looks like she lets Wanda borrow a pair of her dirty drawers to clean the grill too.
I think Betty was jealous of her sister. That's why, because her sister's prettier than her, and that's why
Mm,
she's so hateful. And her, and because she don't like her nephew. The way she was looking at her nephew and talking that crap under her breath when the sister went outside, she didn't call her a prick. She didn't call her nephew a prick in front of the mother,
oh
because the mother was
no.
like, "Don't be talking about my son. Your
But
daughter
see,
ain't perfect."
Betty,
And you see
she didn't even
how
explain it. Why
But you
would you
see
call
how
him that?
Stormi tried to laugh her and her incarceration away. Oh, you're gonna say I was locked up? Oh, for 3 days? Oh, oh, cat's out the bag.
Okay, for 3 days.
So what? She tried to laugh it off. Why you laughing it off? You didn't share that with nobody. You kept that
Right,
mm,
secret. You being transparent, letting us know where you come from, right? But why you didn't mention that?
right. You don't want to mention it. You want to make it. That part really pissed me off because I don't feel like there was any reason for Betty to to bring that out. We didn't need to know that this man was locked up and that Stormi had paid $15,000 to get him out. Is that what you're mad about? Like, are you mad that what Stormi didn't give you all of her money, or Stormi did something for someone else when she had money? Is that the problem?
I don't know who said it, but somebody said she reminds them of Mama Joyce with Candy. How she don't
Oh
want nobody to
God.
get a 50
mm,
cent from her. That I mean, like she just tries to keep everybody away because everybody want Candy's money. That's what she thinks.
mm.
Even
Mm.
if they're working for Candy, she still feel like everybody want Candy's money.
I feel like now that you said it, I actually see it. I feel like she feels that Stormi is better than everyone else in the family. And
Yes.
Yeah,
I feel like she feels like the nephew is a waste of space or whatever. And so it's almost like I also think Betsy and her sister, they probably had a tumultuous relationship growing up to begin with. And I know Stormi said, oh, it's when I think Stormi is just trying to find a sub story for her mother so her mother can seem a little bit more relatable and personable. But I
Nope, she
actually
can't.
think, yeah, there's nothing she can ever do to make me
It ain't
ever
gonna work.
like it's not gonna work for me. I agree with her sister. She comes across as evil and just yeah, it's a no for me.
If your
she
Um,
older
definitely
sister
is
said
evil.
it,
yeah.
you're on mute.
Asisa is also somebody that has inferiority complex.
Mm, yeah,
Two
Hmm.
things can be right at the same time.
You think
100%.
so?
Yeah,
I think so
because
because
girl,
you go.
why are you so triggered?
Right. So
You don't
quickly,
think
like
she tired of always getting treated like that and she just reached her breaking point?
Please, girl. If you
You might
listen
be
to
right.
what
You
she
might be
was
right on
talking
that one.
about, she kept referring to every single time she tackled
right,
Betty,
Scorpio
it was
energy.
always something about money.
Mhm.
You're
So
right about that one. Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yup. Yup.
that was coming through. The inferiority complex was coming through, and also in a way, the way she then also said, you it's almost like you feel like you have to compare my son to your daughter, something along those lines. That was
Right.
also coming through as well.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when people feel that way is when they say it, especially if the other person hasn't exactly said it themselves. So that's another reason I thought the inferiority complex was showing. The other
Right.
thing, I get the impression she cannot really hold her own against Miss Betty. And the reason I say that is if you're
how
saying we're
would
going to go,
you? You would actually stop that woman if you have a conversation with her. I mean, this is the
Mm.
same woman that is very obsessed with Mel in Facebook groups, typing stuff. Like, she's insane.
she
But
is.
I know if
Stormy's
it was one of
obsessed with
my
Mel
aunts, they
too.
would have jumped on her by now. If it was one of my aunts and they were sisters, because they fight, my family fight, girl. Oh, they fight over
Mhm.
chitlins. They fight over collard greens. You took the last bit of collard green. Girl, they be fighting, honey. And then the kids jump in. You hit my mother. It'd be a whole brawl. Miss Betty would have been dragged off that couch and Stormy would have been up under her.
And that's why I said that scene was fake.
You
Because
right.
Mhm.
Junior was watching his mom get et up. And he just sat down there like, oh, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah,
It
you
definitely
know what, Ladon, I'm with
shocked
you
her.
because I'm gonna tell you, my family they fight too,
Oh
and I
God.
look, I done fought my sisters over some stuff like now, especially when it comes to my kids. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
don't play when it comes to my children. You're definitely not gonna disrespect me, and you're definitely not gonna disrespect them. Look, I can take it because I'm an adult, but you say
Mm-hmm.
something about my kids, that is grounds for me to go in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Period,
Mm-hmm.
point blank, no question. And that's the whole thing. I'm not asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tear your ass up, and then afterwards, maybe we could talk about it if I feel like it. Other than that, I shouldn't have to hear it no more. Now,
She's
if you want
right.
to keep going, then we can keep going. But the way that
Stormy
they
is
did that, it seemed like it was played a
It
little
was
bit. But
fake because she don't got no
hold on,
storyline and she had to bring some action in.
I feel that it was fake on Stormy and Betty's part, but I feel like her
She's
sister had some real
blindsided.
emotions. I feel like her
Yeah, I
sister
think
had real
her
emotions and
sister's
really,
reaction was very real.
You see
yeah.
how she ripped that thing off trying to get that speaker off her? She
Hmm.
was pissed. She was
And
like,
you could tell
y'all
she was crying. Did you see how red
set
her
me
nose
up.
was and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
She
she was
said, y'all
crying.
brought me here like this to set me up. That's how she was
Hmm.
feeling,
That's how
yo.
she felt.
Hmm.
And the fact that Stormy went to her in her face and was trying to get her back inside, I think she was trying to escalate the situation. She definitely
Yeah.
wanted a full blown
Stormy
ghetto mess.
enjoys that kind of thing. She
She
enjoys
does.
seeing people
Hmm.
in horrible
Her
situations.
husband was smirking, a devious
Yeah,
Chester cat
Yeah.
smirk.
that was the same reason why she brought up that Tiffany stuff in front of Kiki. because
Yep.
she loves the drama.
She
And that's
loves it.
why when people confront her, she cannot take it, because people like her, they love like creating chaos. But when the chaos comes to them,
They can't handle it.
No, they want to fake cry and act like somebody's doing something so terrible to them, and their whole life is just about to end. And why me? Woe is me. That's Stormi. Did y'all see how she started trying to fake cry when she was talking to her aunt?
It wouldn't
I
come
was like,
out
girl,
though.
I'm like, oh,
get them fake tears out of here. Your aunt was really crying because you could see her nose was red, her lip was turned, the top of the lip was red. You could tell she was crying. She was really emotional.
yeah, she
Stormi,
was
there wasn't a
distressed.
tear in sight. But,
Yeah.
but that was a setup. I feel like that was a setup, and they set her aunt up. She had real emotions, and I feel like the aunt might have listened. I feel like she might have went up in Betty's face if them cameras wasn't there.
I don't like Stormi. That's the one I least like. That's the one that I most don't like on the show. Stormi. I don't even dislike Tisha. I dislike Tisha to all the Scotts, but Stormi to me is the worst. If I was on that show, we would have fought. I want to fight Stormi. I want to fight
Right,
Stormi. Could we have a
right.
celebrity
Stormi would get
boxing
the
match?
business.
Could we have a celebrity boxing match? I want to fight
Hey,
Stormi.
Adrian, my money is going to be on you, Ladon.
I want to
Right.
fight
Money's
Stormi.
on the dime.
Let me tell you something. Let me show y'all something. I'm dreading, right? And I'm looking a little rough. I'm ready. I
Oh,
want to
I
fight
feel you.
Stormi. Put it
I
out
feel
there.
you.
Put it out there. Stormi Ladon got a challenge for you. Let's do it for the community. We'll donate all the money to charities. I want to eat her alive.
Listen, I am with you there, Ladon. Look, that's what I said. I said Stormi is fake as shit because I was talking to the lady. So I've been in the hospital for 4 days because I was suspected of having a stroke 4 days ago.
Oh my God, bless your
Um,
heart. I'm
yeah,
gonna
thank
keep you in
God
my
everything
prayers.
came back okay. I didn't have a stroke, but I do have stenosis and some other issues. So I've been in the hospital for the past 4 days. And I was thinking, and it's so crazy because I was like, I'm hooked up to all these machines and they got me in this hospital like this. Stormi, your ass said you had sepsis, girl, but
Mm,
you left.
mm.
You didn't stay in the hospital. They didn't admit you to the hospital. You didn't stay
Girl,
overnight.
those YouTube
You
streets
didn't
was
have no
hot. They was on
IVs
her
in
butt.
you.
She wanted sympathy. Those YouTube streets was hot on her butt. She wanted sympathy.
She right because Black Titanic was on that ass and was about to come for her, and she was like, "Oh no, I got to go to the hospital." And I feel so bad, girl. No, stop
Mm-mm,
it, Stormi. I do not like Stormi. Ladon, look
mm-mm,
here, front row tickets. I want to be there.
mm-mm. Don't like her.
Listen here, I'm gonna be in the corner. I got your bucket. I got your water, girl. What you need? Look,
All right, now who gonna have my mouthpiece?
I got you. I got you. I'll hold your mouth.
I'm against fighting now because I did some jail time, done changed my life, and I believe in the Lord and everything, but I still got it in me when necessary now. Sometimes I slip a little bit.
listen. I'm gonna tell you, he's still working on me. Okay,
Mm.
so
I
I
be
fight.
telling my cousin, you don't gotta solve everything with fighting. She said, but sometimes people need to be popped. I said, yeah, I know, huh?
Right. Sometimes I think that's all it takes. Sometimes it's just a little, you know what I'm saying, a little roughing up.
It's just sad, but I really think that this show, I don't think it can be saved. My little last thoughts on this, I don't think it can be saved. I don't see how unless Mel get a
It
whole new crew.
it can fire one Scott,
Yep.
hire two new
Couple.
unrelated
Mm-hmm.
couple, fire Stormi, fire Kiki, to brand new.
Hmm.
Yep.
What are
Maybe
y'all thinking about
Dr.
loving marriage
Shanita and them
Detroit?
should come on there. Dr. Shanita got a lot of good stuff she can be talking about and sharing with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mel talks so much about property preservation, I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking into getting into that, starting a little a business doing property, especially because I used to do construction, but I can't do it no more because of my arthritis going through my body. But property preservation is cleaning up and picking up and getting it prepared to be sold. I can do that. You know what I mean? And hire some people. So I'm looking into it because Mel is teaching us. We can learn from her, but the other ones, you just get high blood pressure. You need to go to anger management classes after you deal with these
Mm-hmm.
people. You know? I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
in therapy, but goddamn, I think I need 2 sessions a week now. You know what I'm saying? Messing with these folks.
Listen, these people are something else, and I agree with you. Like Mel does have me want to do property preservation too. Like
Yeah.
it is something like she actually makes it look very appealing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She is
does.
showing the business aspect. She makes you want to be better and do better.
Better.
The rest of them,
Because I'm going
it's
to tell
all a
you, and I'm
scam.
going to be
It just
honest with you guys. I have, since my husband passed away, I have been depressed, stuck, and lost. And I closed
condolences.
myself in the house.
Sorry,
I
sorry.
didn't eat. I wasn't eating. I wasn't bathing. I wasn't answering my phone. I was like really going through it. You know what I mean? And little by little, I started trying to, get myself better and stuff like that. And when I watch different shows or come up on panels and talk to you women and hear different points of view, it's actually giving me strength to get back up and out there. And that's what we need to be watching, stuff that gets us, that teaches us and that gets us back out there as productive members. The only way we can ever be great and show our greatness is by taking over the right way and owning our stuff and not working for other people or under somebody else's foot. And Mel shows us that there's some women that do, you know what I mean? So Mel has really helped me. And I'm not just, saying that because you can have many women around you every day talking to you. It's not the same as actually seeing somebody from scratch go through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm better now.
So,
Thank God. It was a long road, but I'm here.
Yeah.
so you
Right,
stayed there longer than planned, of course.
right.
See, the light stuff is happening again. So maybe God is telling us now, Shirley. So, any last words before we can wrap this up?
I just find that it's crazy that we actually had a good show so close to the end of this part of the season or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just hoping that they do better. I really don't see it. I feel like we're going to get like one or two good episodes out of the whole season. Like I don't really have too much faith in it, but I'm just, I'm going to keep watching to support Mel and because, got to do commentary. But other than that, I don't know. Honestly, I'm waiting to see what Love and Marriage Detroit's going to be like. I'm kind
Yeah.
of waiting for that.
And then they saying Destiny and them's coming out with another show. I
Oh
Yeah.
don't
yeah,
know.
her, Belinda, and
That's
somebody else.
desperate. And they named it Future Husband. Like you only getting yourself together to catch a man. Like y'all seem like desperate women. And that's sad that you need to rename it because
Well,
you just
that's the
seem
name
like,
of Belinda's podcast, Dear Future
Yeah. Yeah.
Husband.
Your
yeah, but
husband.
that's the name of the show too.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay. So
well,
my thing
if
is y'all look
Martell is
desperate.
gonna be the husband, ugh.
So I still watch the show because I'm gonna support Mel, but I do fast forward during when the starts come on, I fast forward. Or if it's live, I just do something else. Stormi, same thing. I only stayed on because I really wanted to see Betty Kruger get dragged by her sister. That's why I watched that scene. But I usually
Hmm.
fast forward it. But I'm going to continue to watch, for Mel. I don't know if I'm going to watch Destiny's new show, but I think that Martell has something to do with it in the back of the scenes, like a producer, like how Mel did, they did with this show. That's why he was hanging around Belinda and them so much. I think that was the sneakiness. I don't trust them. But I don't know if I'm going to watch that show, but I will try the DC one, just to see what it's given but we'll see what happens. I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, ladies. First episode in a long time that I've actually felt like this is good. But I just hope next week they bring it. Because I don't know, if I wasn't doing commentary, like I think I would have just stopped watching it completely and just completely just forgot about it. But yeah, no, yeah, we'll have to wait and see what comes up. But yeah.
Yeah, afraid so. So I wish too when they do the reunion, I wish they did like live
Live
tweets.
questions.
And
Yeah.
yes, because honey, I got some stuff, boy, I want to ask because he don't ask the right things.
He doesn't. He doesn't. I don't know how he comes up with his questions. Like, he really doesn't. Or he needs to get Tiffany to ask the questions. Like, because no, for real, because he never asked the right questions, and
No.
I need some questions answers. So I wonder if, like, maybe we need to start disturbing Carlos and start sending him questions,
I
like,
think so.
and just say, Carlos, we want to see this at the reunion, and like
Because they
just
would do that on Love and Hip Hop.
overwhelm him. Exactly, and just overwhelm him. By the way, who's watching Love and Hip Hop? It's so good. Like,
I
that
am.
first, oh my god, I think I need to do commentary on it. I enjoyed
I
it.
didn't know your name, but I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna subscribe to you too.
Thank
Reviews
you.
and recaps. I already got the
I've
other
been
two
I've been
ladies.
watching Love and Hip Hop since the very seat Love and Hip Hop Atlanta since it first came out. And then I did New York and Hollywood. I have not watched Miami yet. Well, I've watched part of Miami, but I
Yeah,
haven't really got into it. But Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has always been my
Atlanta.
favorite.
Yeah.
Same here. I'm so glad it's back now. So I
Mhm.
come
It's
back.
juicy
Yeah.
too.
It's really good. I was
Yeah.
just like, they've been on air for such a long time, but they still managed to actually have a good show. So
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
just need to take some notes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh
Mm.
God.
Yeah. So
Good Lord, I'm too old for this shit. I tell you, that's another show that just like, oh.
It's been so draining this season. Like, I really hope, I just want to see some fun, some excitement, some happiness, But yeah. Anyways, thank
All
you
right.
all.
Love you guys.
all right, love you, ladies.
See you
We'll see
later.
you later. Bye.
Bye.